What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the MG Truck Series. For the final time in the 2008 season, we are live on FS1, getting ready to kick things off here from Homestead-Miami Speedway. Man, what a wild sophomore season it's been for this series. And it's going to get even crazier today. Homestead, known for absolute insanity. We're going to see more of the same today. And I can finally restart my computer because these last few truck videos, we've been getting the stuttering, probably because my computer's been on for a while. So I'll give my computer a rest as well. And yeah, we're going to get this thing underway. Justin Marks, our champion, clinched it 2 races ago. Is there a pole sitter? Just to rub salt into the wound for the rest of the field, with Chris Mack starting on his outside, Chad McCumbee and Johnny Benson behind them, rounding out the top 5. Dennis Setzer, Val Wolf starting P6. Green flag is waving, and we're racing at Homestead. Final race of the year. Here we go. Chad McCumbee, that pain seems to not be bothering him too much because he had a vicious crash just last week at Rockingham. Had a little bit of time to try and recover, but now he's back at it like nothing ever happened, and hopefully doesn't get into a wreck, because knowing this track and this crazy kind of racing that we're going to see, it's very likely to happen, as he's on the top of 3 wide of last place he wants to be right now, and they're wrecking behind him, and now he's getting hooked and into the wall, as I mentioned, and that's going to take McCumbee out of this race. Big crash on the back straightaway. Oh, Jeremiah Cook on his roof. In a ironic turn of events, Cook's the one getting plowed on his roof this week, rather than McCumbee, who got plowed onto his roof by Cook last week. Man. And there's Ron Hornaday Jr. as well. Hornaday's just had a rough stretch of races here to end the year. We've had 2 separate big ones break out on lap 2 here. Let's see what happened to cause the first one. Looks like Todd Bodine got into the back bumper of the 11 to David Starr, sending him down the track into the 16 of Brian Scott. They both go up into the outside wall and tag the 23 on the way there. The 13 sideswiped, but nothing more. Oh, and then Brendan Gaughan up the racetrack, and Sean Murphy got into the 2 as well. The 37 gets hooked right up into the 10. Man, look at the 10 truck on his roof and into the catch fence. I didn't see that the first time. By goodness. Wild ride for David Starr. I was literally thinking Brendan Gaughan. Still said David Starr. Wild ride for Brendan Gaughan there on his roof. Man. Wow, that was bad. A lot worse than I thought. And then Matt Crafton and a bunch more caught up in this one. Let's see what happened here. Looks like Chris Mack just slightly lower. This 8 truck a little higher on the track than everyone else behind him was. Chris Mack being pushed, can't afford the lift, not being pushed anymore, but still in a bad position. Contact with his teammate, and they both go up into the outside wall with the 14 and the 8, unfortunately. And then there's the 97 up and over, barrel rolling. So Chris Mack and Val Wolf flipped at Texas World. This is Jeremiah Cook's turn to go on his roof, and there he went. 2 big wrecks here in the second lap of the race. Takes out a majority of the field. Bringing the first caution out. Let's hop back into it. Green flag is back in the air. We're racing yet again here from Homestead-Miami Speedway. 1 and 2 yet again. Chris Mack on the inside looking for the race lead. Gets pushed up into a 4-wide situation. And getting hooked into the outside wall is Mack. In front of the field, we're going to have another big one here at Homestead. Okay, maybe not quite as big. No, they're still piling them in. Never mind. Chrissy Wallace up against the outside wall with Larry Foyt. Eric Darnell, Michael Lynette, Donnie Leah caught up in it. Back to the caution flag. Jason White is your leader. Man, Homestead always manages to put random drivers at the front of the field, doesn't it? Mark Mitchell with heavy damage as well. Oh, Joey Clanton got spun on his own back there as well. Goodness. Green flag back in the air. Let's try it again. See if we can complete more than 2 green flag laps this time before we have to go single file. Oh, somebody got way up high on the track. Almost got up against the wall, but luckily kept it straight. Side by side off into turns 3 and 4. Jason White trying to hang on to the lead, but here comes Ted Musgrave to his inside. White's going to get the run off the banking, or maybe not. Back down into 1 and 2 yet again. Got the inside line is where it's at with the trucks. They're not quite as fast around here as the other series. Wide for the lead. Scott Legacy Jr. in the 20 truck was able to lead that lap. Here comes Chad Chaffin on the inside. Man, the underdogs always seem to find their way to the front here at Homestead. Last race of the season, this is their final chance to go ahead and get themselves in the win column. They're going all out. Andy Lally, another one. Oh, contact. John Wood in a bad position, being bounced around like a pinball, but he's able to keep it straight. That U.S. Air Force machine. Just launched my phone onto the floor. So that's what y'all probably just heard. Sorry about that. They're 3, almost 4 wide, and around goes Donnie Leah. Into the pack. Caution's going to come out again. Chad McCoy, and there goes Joey Clanton. Nowhere to go. And that's going to take him out of the race. So Joey Clanton's horrible sophomore season comes to a close with another torn up truck. And yeah, it's just a really unfortunate way for his season to end. But he's going to be glad to put this one behind him. The 8 of McCumbee got a piece, but oh, Clanton came in. Of course, it ripped the front end off of that truck. That's a sight we've seen far too often this season. That 09 truck with no front end on it. Andy Lally leads that lap. Clanton's future is unclear at the moment here in Money Car, but wishing him the best as he departs from Roush Racing, as they clearly gave up on him, not even a race into the season. All right, here we go. Green flag is back in the air. We're racing yet again. Justin Marks doesn't need to win this race, but he wants to put another race, put another win to his name by the end of this season. He's getting up there. He's going to fight for it. 3 wide off of turn 4 at the stripe. I believe Lally held on to lead that lap. Yes, he did. And there's contact behind. Yep, around goes John Wood. No, he saves it. They all save it down in the grass. Ted Musgrave and Michael Lynette keep it straight. And they're going to merge back up onto the racetrack safely. That allows the second pack of damaged race trucks to catch them. They'll get swallowed up in that as well. Big surprise, Justin Marks at the front of the field. The dominant driver of the season. Surprising for the rookie. Never seen a rookie come in with this much speed. But Germain Racing definitely hooked him up this season. He took full advantage of it. See how it carries off in the next season. Mike Skinner looking to the inside of that 9 truck. Can't quite get there. Looking to his inside again. Still can't get there. Just doesn't have the momentum. He's got to push from behind, but they just aren't able to generate a big enough run to get up alongside the 9. He's going to try it one more time down in the 1 and 2 of the 9. Got a little loose that time by. That's going to be enough to get Skinner up alongside. Side by side down the back straightaway for the lead. Skinner is going to try and dive it on in there, slide up in front of the 9 truck. Can he do it? Up alongside. Skinner's gonna clear him this time by, and here comes Kyle Busch looking to the inside. Busch looking for his first truck win. Can he get there? Kyle Busch. He's gonna send it off into turn 1. But here comes Ted Musgrave looking to move him up the track, and he's actually bumper locking. And contact! Busch is in the outside wall head on. Along with Skinner, Marks, Bodine, Annette, Wood, and Lally. Bringing out another caution. That just took out most of the top contenders in this race. Ted Musgrave, the only real big name left in this race. And even then, Musgrave has been at the tail end of the top 10 all season. He hasn't really been contending for wins. They're having great finishes, but not race-winning runs. He's going to try to do that here. This might be his opportunity, but man. Oh, Mark's just got into the back of Skinner. Sent him down the racetrack into Kyle Busch, and they both go up into the outside wall hard. Chris Mack, just got a piece of that, but he gets through relatively unscathed. He's had a couple close calls like that in this race. And all of the competitive trucks left in the race, littered in the grass. We're not even at the halfway point. Or actually, we're just at the halfway point. Man, this is a wild one. A crazy way to end the season for sure. And we're not done yet. Green flag back in the air. Shelby Howard, who surprised us all by nabbing his first career win on the dirt at Bristol, is now up in the P2. But Chris Mack pushes the 59 past. Mack's got a little bit of damage on both the left and right side of that race truck. A little heavier on the left. As you see the left rear kind of bent up a little bit. but it's not affecting him too bad. He's looking for the lead, trying to get his nose to the inside of the 59. Can he get a bit of a side draft? No, not quite. 3 wide though, heading down in the turns yet again, as Jason White's back and he's on the inside looking for the lead. Underdogs fighting for the win alongside Chris Mack, who many consider an underdog, but we've seen him win races in the MG Cup Series, so we would really expect him to kind of be strong and have a chance to fight for the win. But if you've been following his career, it's definitely an underdog story for Chris Mack. As Shelby Howard just got turned sideways by Stacy Compton, they save it, and they're going to keep it straight for now, thank goodness. Now the top 3. Getting some separation here. Ted Musgrave coming back to the inside with another run. And a good push from Chris Mack gets him back out in front of the field. Mack now to the inside. And that 73 sending it in on the bottom. Here comes Stacy Compton with another run. He's gonna clear for third and trying to get up to the lead. He's peeking out to the inside. Can he get down underneath the 73? Once that 73 slides up, I think he'll have his nose in there. He does. Contact off turn 4. 73 is gonna pull down and block, and Chris Mack is gonna lead that lap. The 13 of Shelby Howard pushing the 4 truck through the corner, about hooking him there. But that gives Stacy Compton, the run he needs to take the lead through 3 and 4. Now the 08 of Jason White trying to do the same for the 13, but he about hooked them there, and that's going to kill their momentum. Here comes the 59. On the rear bumper to 73, pulls to the inside, looking for second is Ted Musgrave, side by side, and they're locking bumpers again further back. Shelby Howard's got to be getting frustrated with the bad pushes from the 08. He's going to go high and just let them by. Here comes the 8 of Chad McCumbee as well. McCumbee, my goodness. What a wild week it's been for Chad McCumbee. I'll tell you what, he's got to be the toughest person I have seen here in the trucks, at least so far, because that hit he took last week dislocated his shoulder. I'm surprised he's even back. He said he absolutely was not missing this final race of the season, and you can see why. He's had a little bit of contact in this race, got in a couple wrecks, and you see the damage on the truck, but he's still up here fighting for it. Up inside the top 5 for a moment there, now back to P6. But man, what a fight for Chad McCumbee. It's like he's not even hurt at all. Doesn't need no time to heal. I wouldn't have been able to climb back in that truck. And what are we doing? And I know I said we don't do injuries. That's the main reason why the 8 truck is still in the field. But that hit was so severe, I just had to come up with something. So, yeah. We got a couple trucks with big time damage at the front of the field holding people up, so that's going to be a problem. Andy Lally, Jason White getting held up there. Michael Annette there as well, getting by. So now the top 2 all alone fighting each other for the lead as Chris Mack gets back to the inside of Stacy Compton. Compton with a run off turn 2, not quite letting him clear him yet. Expecting Mack to just drive it in there deep and have the slide job. That's exactly what he's going to do. Throws a slider on him. The 4 is going to get the run. He's got the momentum, trying to cut back underneath. and throw a slider of his own back on that 73 truck. We've got a couple lap trucks side by side in front of us here, in front of our leaders rather. So that's gonna definitely be a big factor in this one. Things are about to get goofy. Here we go. We're getting silly today, folks. As the 4 of Stacy Compton just runs through the back of the 5 of Mike Skinner. And I thought that was going to be a wreck for sure. But Chris Mack slips through. He's going to sneak out in front to the lead. And this allows everybody that got held up before to try and get their way back up into the pack. But that didn't really do much. Howard gets hooked down on the apron. They're going to save it, straighten it out, and get past Mike Skinner. Skinner not used to being a lap truck for sure. Now they're going to get by on the inside. And that's going to allow Donnie Leah and Ted Musgrave to try and stay with the draft and have a chance to fight for this one. Donnie Leah with heavy damage. I don't think he's even concerned with staying in the fight for the win. I think he's happy with finishing where he's at, just trying to get the season over with. With the top 2 still going at it, Stacy Compton, Chris Mack, both with damage to their trucks. Stacy Compton's rear end is all jacked up. That might be adding some downforce with the angle of that spoiler. Definitely might be slowing them down quite a bit though as well. That's got to be creating some kind of drag, and you can see the difference it's making, because look at the 08 of Jason White with significantly less damage, able to just fly up there to the top 2 and try to get the lead, and he's probably gonna get it off turn 4 here. Chris Mack has a little bit of damage to both sides of that truck. That'll also be slowing them down. That's changing the shape of the truck as well. The 08's got the 08's got some rear end damage as well, but it's not quite as severe, so he's able to hang on to a majority of that speed. But it's also an underfunded truck, so he's probably not quite as fast in general. But those other trucks having damage is definitely a big help. Here comes the 59 of Ted Musgrave on the bottom. Shelby Howard back down low. The race is back on, folks. Here we go. Chad McCumbee trying to sneak his way back up into the mix as well. He's silent but deadly back there. He might get up there and steal this one if they all get together. We've got just a handful of laps left in this one, and the pack's all bunched back up. There's a couple lap trucks in front of us here yet again. So they come off of turn number 4. Ted Musgrave is your leader. The season winding down here as each lap ticks off. Count down the laps to the end of the season. Jason White back out in front. Chris Mack to his inside. Here comes the 4 of Stacy Compton to the rear bumper of that 73 truck. And lap traffic right in front of our leaders yet again here. Both of them side by side, holding up both lanes of traffic. Here comes Chad McCumbee trying to take advantage. This is his opportunity to try and gain some positions, and he's gonna see it through. As he gets by, and there's some contact, they're gonna keep it straight. Shelby Howard almost got into a wreck there. Michael Lynette follows through. Lynette's also not too concerned with staying in the draft. He's got heavy damage to that truck. He's also just riding around happy with where he's gonna finish. Stacy Compton and Chris Mack back in front of the field yet again, with Chad McCumbee running 3rd. Man, what a race it's been for Chad McCumbee. And what a race it's been in general for all these guys. Lots of torn up race trucks. Pretty much everyone's completely destroyed. They're all fighting for the win. No clean trucks left on the track. Most of them are, just about all of them are out. 7 to Andy Lally the last truck on the track. He's running 17th right now, 3 laps down. Tremendously off the pace. Never mind, John Woods now 17th. Lally passed him for position. They're going to catch another group of lappers, I believe. Tim Cowan. No. There's quite a bit of distance between them and Crafton. Well, they might get there. Yeah, they're going to get there for sure. They're all bunched up yet again, right on top of each other here. Stacy Compton protecting the inside, but here comes Jason White. Here comes Chris Mack back on the bottom with another run yet again. Can they get by Crafton cleanly here? Crafton and Chrissy Wallace, where are they going to go? They're just going to run their lines. Yep, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to stay right in the middle of the racetrack, dead in the center. I mean, he put that 88 truck smack dab in the middle of the racetrack. He said, y'all figure out where you're going to go. I'm not going anywhere. And I believe Chrissy Wallace might do the same thing if they catch her here, which they likely will. I don't know. Actually, no. She seems to be more up to speed. Around the same pace as these guys up here, just without the draft. Chris Mack back on the inside. Here comes Stacy Compton. It's going to be 2 laps to go here from Homestead-Miami Speedway. 2 laps left in the season for the 2008 MG Truck Series. Chris Mack out in front. Lapper in front of us here. Chrissy Wallace. Will she play nice? Or will she ruin everything? This race, the outcome of this race is in her hands. She's going to run her line slightly up the racetrack. Chris Mack dives down. The top 3 able to get by cleanly. Maybe the top 4. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Here comes Jason White on the inside. White to the bottom, looking for the lead through 1 and 2. And here comes Stacy Compton yet again. Oh boy, heading into 3 and 4 for the final time. 3 trucks under a blanket, all 3 with a chance to win. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Jason White, Chris Mack, Stacy Compton. Compton couldn't get there. Jason White is going to get his first career win at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Wow, what a finish. Oh man, I think I might. My mouth's getting dry. Wow. What a race. What a season it's been. Here in the MG Truck Series. Slightly altered name from last season. Slightly altered trucks. But even more exciting racing all season long. That is going to do it though. Jason White is your winner. I can't believe he did it. He held on and he pulled it off. Jason White victorious at Homestead. We can go ahead and delete this replay. I'm not going to need it. And yeah, let's look at our point standings after that one. Man, oh man, what a race and what a finish. 2008 trucks, here we go. Let's look at our point standings. Justin Marks wins the championship by 122 points over Todd Bodine. Man, Chad McCumbee, P3 in points. 600 points back behind, or 663 points back behind Justin Marks. 6 points over Mike Skinner. And yeah, big gap in the points there. 13 poles for Justin Marks. Ain't that something? He's pulling Jeff Gordon numbers. Remember Jeff Gordon's poles last season? Man, oh man, that's something. 8 wins on the season for Justin Marks. 8 career wins, all coming in one season. Todd Bodine, P3, or excuse me, P2 in points with 3 wins. Mike Skinner, 4th in points. He had 2. Johnny Benson, 5th in points with 2. Chad McCumbee, 3rd in points with 1. Just really consistent throughout the season. Completed the 2nd most laps, I believe. No. Okay, never mind then. Anyway, Then we've got Eric Darnell, Stacey Compton, Matt Crafton, Jack Spragg, David Starr, Jason White, Shelby Howard, Jeremiah Cook, Chris Mack, all sharing a win. Or one win in the wins column there. So, yeah, very interesting stuff here from the 2008 season. As we go back to the point standings, and Chris Mack's funny, he changed numbers, so we're actually gonna have to calculate his points as well as Ian Slager ran one race in that 73 truck, and Chris Mack took over from there. So here's Mack's 97 truck points as well as his 73 truck points being put together there. And let me make sure it's the only two Chris Macks here. Hmm. Here we go. Yeah. So let me do the math real quick. So in the 97 truck, Chris Mack scored 452 points. Add that to his 73 truck results, 796 points. And in total, he has a combined 1,248 points. So that'll put him 41st, just behind Joey Clanton in points. Doesn't really make much of a difference, but yeah. I was just curious, wanted to know. But yeah, there's your winners. What a season it's been. Thank y'all for sticking with me. It's been a wild, wild ride. But thank y'all for coming along with me for another season of crazy action here on the channel. We'll be right back after the quick off season per se. It'll be the late model series back yet again. So hope to see y'all there, and I hope y'all enjoy that quick racing during, or that quick season during the break. And we'll be right back with more MG Truck Series action at Daytona, as well as the Clash for MG Cup and Pass Series, and even the lower divisions, the Grand National and the Modifieds. So we'll see y'all there at Daytona. But thank y'all for coming along. Coming along for the ride. Justin Marks is your champion. That'll do it. Hope to see y'all again.